I feel strange talking about what Keir Starmer should do because I'm not British, but I've lived here for almost 20 years, and I love this country and escaped from the United States. I was a previously proud American, and now I'm just mortified at what's going on. I don't know what Keir should do in specifics.
No, of course.
But I know that my own father would say to me, I may not leave you with anything, but I will leave you with a good name. And if you don't have a moral, ethical stand for what you do, you're damned. You know when you're watching a movie and you see the villain who has tricked the protagonist to do something, and you're like, don't do it, don't do it, don't go that way. And everybody keeps saying, Trump is doing this, Trump is doing that. Trump is Weekend at Bernie's, being propped up. He can barely stay awake through his own press conferences. This isn't Trump. He doesn't know who he's pardoning. He doesn't know.
What does resistance look like? Resistance looks like firing guns and shooting bullets. Nothing else works. Perhaps. So what does resistance to Greenland annexation look like? It's a terrifying question, right? Because there's only really one answer. It looks like war. And then you find yourself wondering whether that is likely to happen. I don't know your answer to that question. And I don't even know what it would look like. A military resistance of the United States on European soil. But I've got a horrible feeling we might all find out. Do you feel that Ukraine today is more or less supported than it was when Joe Biden was in the White House by the United States of America? Do you feel that the US position on Ukraine has changed since Donald Trump became president? Yeah, of course you do. So if Russia is saying to America, change your position on Ukraine and we'll rethink where we are with Venezuela in 2019, and then the United States changes its position on Ukraine, and then the United States annexes Venezuela, I don't think you need to be a conspiracy theorist to join those particular dots. Let's imagine that every world leader on the planet said this is against international law and this is wrong. And Donald Trump looks at me in the eye and says, and what are you going to do about it?
And yes, we're going to go against fascism. Like,
but that's just, again, I don't want to sound, that's just a phrase. These are just words. Donald Trump is saying, what are you going to do about it? Not what are you going to say about it? What are you going to do about it?
I don't think that's even going to happen, unfortunately. That's my problem.
Well, no, your problem is that even if it did happen, it wouldn't achieve anything.
No, I'm saying if Keir Starmer, I don't think Keir Starmer would even say that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, because even if they did, even if they all said it, Donald Trump would say, yeah, and so what? Do you think Vladimir Putin cares about widespread condemnation about his invasion of Ukraine? Vladimir Putin goes into Ukraine, the whole world is up in arms. Everybody describes it as illegal. Everybody condemns it. Everybody chips in to the refugee effort. Everybody chips in to the defense. Everybody champions.
When they put sanctions on him. They were all
Putin's not gone anywhere. Putin is still...
It's completely different.
It's not. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Vladimir Putin is saying, what are you going to do about it? Your protests mean nothing. Donald Trump, in the event of the protests happening, which is, I agree with you, is not yet happening, but even if it did, what would pushback look like? Pushback wouldn't look like unanimous international condemnation, because that wouldn't change anything. It has to be actions, not words.